I don't think we know what we're doing. I think we're creating a doomsday machine. And the reason that it's not like Zelensky isn't wronged by Putin. It's not like he's not charismatic. He has one of the greatest Bruce Willis lines of all time. When we asked to evacuate him, he says, "I need ammunition, not a ride." That thing makes us, I want that. Right. And then there's like house-to-house fighting, the way all the World War II enthusiasts think. They tend not to think about Nagasaki and Hiroshima. They like the tactical stuff with all the, which bridge got taken out over which river and how did we do this and that. So it's very romantic to people who are like World War II addicts. We do not realize how deep the trouble we're courting is. And I don't think we realize how dangerous it is if we are going to, every time there's a border dispute, go to a thermonuclear standoff. It's just Russian roulette with smaller and smaller numbers of empty chambers. And I don't know what this is. I don't know whether we have 30 years to play this game or 3 months. But I learned that day last year in 2022. Nobody around me in Providence, Rhode Island was reacting. Everybody's just going about. It was like a normal day. It's like I'm increasingly, Joe, believing that I am sane and that the world is crazy. And normally I take that as a cue that maybe I need to get some sleep. No, I think we're actually just going crazy. I think that those of us who actually get how risky this is need to speak up because it's not fun. The entire apparatus will tell you that you're soft on Putin and you're an appeasing Chamberlain wannabe. And it's like bullshit. Right now, you don't realize in 2004, we let Latvia and Lithuania into NATO membership. And I remember thinking at the time, what the hell are we doing? It's not like I don't understand that we want to protect them. It's not like I don't understand that you want to say that they're independent nations. But these were former Soviet republics. And there's 2 ways of thinking about it. You can put on one set of glasses and say, well, these are nations that get to decide what they want, and who's to tell them what to do? And then there's another thing called spheres of influence, where it's like, that's the Russian sphere of influence. If you are not playing with both of these sets of lenses, you're not playing the game. And the number of people who just have one set of these glasses on, right? They're only seeing the infrared or they're only seeing the ultraviolet. It's like, no, you need to oscillate back and forth and understand what you're doing. So I think Zelensky, and I'm scared to say this because I know I'm going to get just nothing but hate. We created a situation by pretending that we didn't understand the spheres of influence glasses. We very well understand the sovereignty glasses. And we are now creating a doomsday machine that we do not understand. And the world is going to go multipolar, and we don't have the skill to play this game, period.
Do you think part of the problem is that we're the amount of people that have actually gone to war in this country? First of all, there's people that are in the Army or in all the armed forces. They're volunteers. Everyone volunteers. There's no draft. There's no national requirement to join the military like there is in Israel and like there is in South Korea and many other countries. The people that have experience with the war are the ones that are telling you this is dangerous. People like yourself are telling us this is dangerous, but to the rest of the world, to the rest of this country, there's a real problem with day-to-day existence because day-to-day existence is tricky and it gives you parameters which you exist in, but they're not real.
They're not real.
They're not real. They're only real right now. And if you invite war, you now are like these videos that you can watch. I don't know if you're on Telegram. There's some fucking videos from this war on, like, in the woods, ground fighting.
I've seen them.
Heavy shit. And I don't think people that show up every day at the same Starbucks and then get on the highway and go to their office and repeat every fucking day, I don't think they think of that as a real option in the world, but it is.
Think of daily life as ketamine, okay? So you've got people walking around completely dissociated because everything in their daily environment tells them to pick up the dry cleaning.
Right.
And,
everything's fine.
Well, what's on Netflix?
Yeah.
At least in the Cuban Missile Crisis, my father was driving across country. I said, you knew it was he said, everybody knew it was the Cuban Missile Crisis. Every single town that he drove through, he would stop and the TV would be on. People were talking about it, right? We are in some world where, and I think that we have to just talk about the fact that the United States is attacking ordinary, intelligent human beings by depriving them of any basic knowledge of what is actually going on. We don't know what happened with the origin of COVID. We have no idea about Epstein. We don't know what's going on with the vaccines. We don't understand the source of the inflation. We blinded ourselves from looking at the M1 monetary aggregate when the Fed pumped us full of cheap cash. We have no clue how to resolve something as dumb as the Epstein. To whom did Ghislaine traffic? I don't know.
Yeah, well, can't find it. Sorry, bye.
So this is what's causing, in part, our friends to go crazy. Several years ago, Sam Harris had good input. Jordan Peterson had good input. Brett Weinstein had good input. Most of them, I don't think, have figured out that they're starved for information